Hey guys, it's Mr. Mario. Wanted to make this video real quick. Now, if you're reading the title above, you know what this is about. Toonami came back for one night. From the Adult Swim programming block on Cartoon Network from March 31st to April 1st, they brought back Toonami. And it was epic. And it was incredible. I did not watch all of it, unfortunately. But I watched maybe 2 hours while I was coding, like I was kind of like half paying attention, but it was awesome. It was the way Toonami is supposed to be. Now, I wasn't the biggest Toonami fan growing up. There were some shows I liked, most of them I didn't watch. G Gundam I loved, and I will say I'm probably one of the only people out there that did not like any of the Dragon Ball series. I'm just throwing that out. I tried watching all of them multiple times. I couldn't do it. They just bored me to tears. Anyways, now that we got that out of the way, there was a person on YouTube who thankfully recorded all the stuff. So I'm going to link his video somewhere. But he didn't upload the anime episodes, of course, but he uploaded the bumpers, the introduction, the review, all that stuff. Now, to sum up what happened last night, at around midnight, they started showing The Room. This was on Adult Swim. And The Room, if you don't know, is one of the worst movies ever made, and it was just so funny and hilarious to make fun of. It has a cult following that is similar to the Rocky Horror Picture Show's following, except Rocky Horror Picture Show is good, and The Room is not good, unless you're making fun of it. One of my friends actually watched it with me, because I gave it to her before, and then she said it was terrible but funny at the same time, and then we watched it together. And this is like right after I went to my first Rocky Horror viewing, so I was like yelling stuff at the screen and all that. It was funny, but yeah, it is an experience, I guess, if you want to watch it. But they played The Room for about a minute, and then it cut to Tom taking over. And he took over for Bleach. So from Bleach to the last episode, I don't remember what it was of another show, to the last piece of programming that Adult Swim had, Tom took over with Toonami. He also did a review of Mass Effect 3, which he gave an 8.5, and I thought it was a pretty fair review. And funny piece of trivia, if you don't know, Stephen Blum, the guy who plays Tom's voice, he came back! It was awesome, but he also played a role in the Mass Effect series. So it was kind of funny he was reviewing that game, and he didn't give it like a 10 or something, but Tom's always been pretty honest with his stuff. They did bring back my favorite Tom as well. I remember 3 Toms on Toonami. There was the short, fat one, then the middle one when the ship like blew up, if I remember right, and he was rebuilt. And that was my favorite Tom. And then they had the 3rd Tom, which had the stupid facial expressions, which I hated, because it just looked stupid and childish and kiddish. But it's Cartoon Network at the same time, so that's going to happen. But he was saying that, this is just kind of going off, even though it's still related, but he did make a note of it online. He wanted to correct Wikipedia and say that it is not a done deal that Toonami's coming back, but if there is enough demand for it, it will come back. So what I really liked about Toonami was I didn't watch all of it because, of course, I watched a little because I had to go to sleep, but what happened was it kind of showed me that people in those offices are actually listening, and they know what people want. They know what the fan base wants. Toonami was on for over 11 years. Over 11 years for a kids network is amazing. Just like from the same network, Ed Nettie was on there for almost a decade, which was just incredible. And Ed Nettie will be my all-time favorite kids-related cartoon. And even like once a year, I always like go through and rewatch all the episodes just for the hell of it. It's just one of those things. But I thought it was excellent they brought it onto Adult Swim, because they know that it's been about 5 years since it's been shown, and that their fan base that they had is 5 years older. They're not going to watch the crap that's on Cartoon Network. I really don't watch TV, to be honest. But there are TV shows I watch. I watch my Family Guy, South Park, Breaking Bad, all those shows. But I watch them online, or I watch them on DVD or Blu-ray. I don't tune into channels. But if Toonami did come back, I would actually watch it, and I would pay more attention to it, just because I think it'd be awesome. I know a lot of people that did miss it, unfortunately, but I found out from a friend because he started going wild with it on Facebook. And I was just like, there's no way it's back. There's no way. I flipped to Cartoon Network, sure enough it is. And it was actually pretty cool for him too, I think, because today's his birthday. So, random plug, Elijah, happy birthday. I miss you. Come back to Kansas, goddammit. But, anyways, this isn't entirely a review. And I'm sorry if this video is kind of choppy and just all over the place. I'm tired right now. But it's obvious. It was a huge success. It was the best April Fool's thing I've ever seen. It was the best move that Cartoon Network has made in a long time. There's only junk on there now. The only time I see anything of Cartoon Network is like when I go upstairs and my brothers are watching it. And I kind of like catch a glimpse and I'm just always like, what is this? It's not good. And as for Adult Swim, this has to be the best April Fool's stunt that they've pulled since 2007. And if you don't know what happened in 2007, a few weeks before the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie came out in theaters, they played the whole thing over and over for one night only. April Fool's, obviously, on their channel. But they played it in the corner, so it was like this big, and it was muted, and it was over the regular programming. So you can find clips of that as well. I'll hopefully put up some. But now that that's out of the way, I don't want to make this only a review of Toonami. I want to talk about how this can come back. Now, as Stephen Blum said, he would like to keep continuing it if there's demand. And I believe there is a demand. It's just the demand is not Cartoon Network's normal audience anymore. It's now Cartoon Network's normal audience from 5 years ago. So, I was even thinking about it, like, if you were like 10 years old when Toonami cut out, you're probably, 15, 16 now, something like that. And you might not watch that much Cartoon Network. If anything, you'll probably watch Adult Swim. When I was in elementary school, I was watching Adult Swim. And that would be high school now, if you're that age. So, obviously, their audience has grown up, which, as I said, was a great move putting it on Adult Swim. But, if you want to get it back, I think this is what you should do. I did my part already. A few other people have said to do it, and I'm trying to spread the word about it. Because it would be excellent if this could come back. It would be awesome. I'm going to put up a link. It is to Cartoon Network's site, and it is for, what is it? It is for their feedback. And on there, amazingly enough, there is a drop-down little option for Toonami. Now, here's roughly what I said. Now, don't go on there and just pick Toonami and type in all caps, bring back Toonami, please. Be civil about it, be reasonable, make it feedback that they can use. This is what I said. I said something along the lines of, it was about 2 paragraphs, but I said, this is one of the best moves that you guys have pulled in recent years. It was an obvious success. The whole internet is buzzing about it, and this was pretty much the night that no 90s kids slept. And you all need to bring it back. Stephen Blum has already noticed, he's already addressed the community. And he's Tom. But he's already addressed the community. You guys obviously know that there's a demand for it, or else you wouldn't have dedicated an entire night to Toonami. And since this was all new stuff, you all are perfectly capable of still making the same great programming block. So, this is what I proposed. I said, and some other people had this idea, and I just made a note of it, and I said, I think it would be good to bring it back, because obviously more people would watch Adult Swim for Toonami. I know I would. I would tune into it. They should bring it back. And don't bring it back every night. Don't bring it back every weekend. I mean, you can if you want to. But what I think would be good is if they brought it back every other weekend. And if not that, even once a month would be good. The reason why I say that is because there are going to be people that love Toonami, that this would be great for, but there are people that watch Adult Swim that don't care about Toonami at all and don't want anything to do with it. So you're going to have to satisfy the whole audience. Now, there is, of course, it's going to be just once a week if you're thinking every weekend, but every weekend it could get a little old, I guess. Now, you might also be thinking, because I thought this through, Toonami was on, like, every day during the weekdays. And I don't remember weekends, but it was on every day, if I remember right. But as I said, this is a more adult audience you're dealing with, so if you want to do it once a weekend, that's cool. But there are also some shows that come on, like, only during the weekends, if I know right. I don't really know 100% because I don't watch a bunch of Adult Swim. But I think every other weekend sounds reasonable, and if not that, once a month would be good. As I said, there is a demand for it. There are people that want to watch it. There are people listening. This had to get them a boost in views. And it's just, as I said, they are perfectly capable of making new programming blocks for Toonami. They might not have the same people working behind the scenes, but they have the same voice actor, they have the same setup, and it's obviously a great success. And they have all the shows that they need. So that's my proposal. And if we want any chance of this coming back, you all should do your part. The reason why I was also, I guess, inspired to do this, you could say, is because there was a Bleach programming block. Not programming block, Bleach was on there, but there was a Bleach bumper. It aired twice, and Tom said in there, more Bleach next Saturday at midnight, only Toonami on Adult Swim. So just think about the context of that sentence. More Bleach next Saturday at midnight, only Toonami on Adult Swim. So, Bleach is a regular thing on Saturdays, but that only Toonami part is what got me. And I feel kind of like the Toonami community that really love it is in some ways kind of like the Diablo community, in which Diablo 3 now has a release date, but with Toonami, if you throw out any hint of it coming back, any just tiny, tiny, minuscule hint, people will go nuts. And same with Diablo. You can put up a picture of Blackness, and people will be able to find 6 release dates for Diablo 3. Not anymore, because the preload is up and it's supposed to be coming out May 15th, but still, you know what I mean. So, as I said, those are my thoughts on Toonami 2012 coming back. That's what I'm calling it, at least. But those are my thoughts on it. That's what I think we should do if we want to bring this back. And I think it is very possible for it to come back. Now, the one thing I'm seeing on all the videos on YouTube and just everyone on the internet, are people saying, oh yeah, well, screw Adult Swim, because they're playing with my emotions. Okay, come on, your emotions, it's not like a grandparent died, or your little sister died. It's a TV programming block. But just, like, the thing I couldn't fathom is, be grateful. It was back for one night. If it never comes back again, at least we got another night of it. Like, one night of Toonami is better than no Toonami, in my opinion. But, whatever. People are going to say what they want, but that's what I think. It's just, if they complained so much about Adult Swim bringing it back for one night and teasing them, they shouldn't have even watched it in the first place. But all the links are going to be down below. As I said, leave feedback, be civil about it. People are going to say this won't do anything, but trust me, they're going to get a surge of feedback for Toonami if this happens. And they will listen. And all they have to do is do a Google search for Toonami 2012 or something along those lines, and they'll see how many people watched it, how many people missed it but really want to watch it, and just how much of a demand there is for it, in case that's not apparent enough. So this video is dragged on a little bit. I'm sorry, but that's what I think. If you don't care about Toonami, thanks for watching. If you do care about it, thank you for watching, but please leave Cartoon Network some feedback. It doesn't seem like that much, but it is the most we can do. So that's it. Signing off. Thanks for watching.